Malware, types, and how infections occur. Estimated total speaking time, I'm 25 to 30 minutes. You can shorten lengthen by adjusting demos and Q&A. Hasher 1, opening, minute. Hello everyone! Today we're going to examine malware, what it is, the main types, and exactly how infections happen so you can recognize, prevent, and respond to them. By the end, you'll know common attack paths and practical defenses. Slide bullets, purpose of talk, why malware matters, data loss, financial damage, reputation, safety. 2. Definitions and basic concepts. Malware equals malicious software designed to harm, steal, surveil, or deny services. Key concepts: vector, how it gets in; persistence, how it stays; C2, command and control; different goals: theft, credential, financial, disruption, ransomware, espionage, APT, monetization, adware, sabotage. Slide bullets: malware equals software plus malicious intent; vector, payload, persistence, C2. 3. Overview of major malware types, 8 minutes. Explain each type with short example of how it infects and typical impact. 1. Virus, self-replicates by modifying other executables or files. Needs user action, open infected file program. Example infection, infected USB file executed on PC, virus spreads. 2. Worm, self-replicating and spreads across networks without user action. Exploits network vulnerabilities or default credentials. Impacts rapid spread, network congestion, large-scale compromise. 3. Trojan horse, disguised as legitimate software, performs hidden malicious actions. Infection path, user downloads, install a seemingly useful app. Used for backdoors, credential theft, dropping other malware. 4. Ransomware, encrypts files or systems, demands ransom. Infection via phishing attachments, compromised RDP or supply chain. Major consequence, data inaccessible, can disrupt hospitals' businesses. 5. Spyware keylogger, steals information, keystrokes, screenshots, browser data, often installed via Trojans or malicious browser extensions. 6. Adware, displays unwanted ads, sometimes harmless, sometimes tracking persistence, often bundled with free software. 7. Rootkit, hides presence of malware by modifying OS or firmware, very persistent, hard to detect, often used to maintain stealthy control. 8. Botnet, Trojanized bots, compromise devices under remote control for spam, DDoS, mining. Infection, mass scans, IoT default credentials, malicious firmware updates. 9. Fileless malware, runs in memory, abuses legitimate tools, PowerShell, WMI. Leaves few artifacts on disk, harder for traditional AV to detect. 10. Logic bomb, bootkit, triggers on certain date, condition, logic bomb, or attacks bootloader firmware, bootkit. Dangerous because they can survive OS reinstalls or hide before OS loads. Slide bullets, 1 per type, with 1 sentence infection path and 1 line defense. Number 4, how infections actually occur, attack vectors, 6 minutes. Describe common real-world infection vectors with examples and mitigations. 1. Phishing and social engineering, email links, attachments that trick user to run code or reveal credentials. Mitigation, training, email filtering, MFA, link attachment sandboxing. 2. Drive-by downloads, malicious websites, visiting compromised site or ad network that serves exploit kits. Mitigation, browser hardening, up-to-date plugins, web filtering. Removable media, USB drives, autorun or infected executables on USB. Mitigation, disable autorun, scan media, device control policies. Software vulnerabilities and unpatched systems, exploit a known CVE to run code, no user action required. Mitigation, patch management, network segmentation, WAFs. 5. Compromised supply chain, attacker poisons legitimate software or updates, Trojanized build. Mitigation, code signing validation, vet vendors, reproducible builds. 6. Malicious or compromised third-party libraries, developers pull a compromised library into the app. Mitigation, dependency scanning, allow list, build pipelines checks. 7. Weak credentials, exposed services, OpenRDP SSH with weak password, brute force credential stuffing. Mitigation, block remote access, use VPN, enforce strong auth and MFA. 8. Insider threats, malicious or negligent insiders introduce malware or leak credentials. Mitigation, least privilege monitoring, DLP, separation of duties. 9. Physical compromise, attacker has physical access to insert devices or tamper with hardware firmware. Mitigation, physical security, tamper-evident controls. Slide bullets, list vectors, 1-line mitigations. Now 5, typical malware lifecycle, 2 minutes. Walk-through stages so audience sees where to intercept. 1. Reconnaissance, scanning, phishing lists. 2. Initial compromise, vector used. 3. Establish foothold, Trojan backdoor. 4. Privilege escalation, exploit, credential theft. Lateral movement, past the hash, RDP. 6. Objective, data exfiltration, encryption, sabotage. 7. Persistence and cleanup, rootkits, scheduled tasks. Slide bullets, lifecycle diagram, recon, objective, persistence. Number 6. Detection signals and indicators of compromise, IOCs, 2 minutes. Strange network traffic, unknown C2 servers beaconing. New accounts or privilege escalations. Unexpected file encryption or mass file renaming. High CPU mining, new scheduled tasks, altered system files. AV EDR alerts, suspicious PowerShell commands, unusual login times. Slide bullets, top 6 IOCs to watch. 7. Prevention and best practices, 3 minutes. Keep systems and apps patched. Prioritize exposed servers. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, for all remote access. Principle of least privilege, limit admin accounts. Backup strategy, offline immutable backups, test restores. Endpoint detection and response, EDR network monitoring, DNS filtering. Email security, mark, DKIM, SPF, attachment sandboxing, developer security, SCA for dependencies, code signing, CI pipeline hardening, user training plus phishing simulations. Slide bullets, top 8 defenses. 8. Incident response steps, 2 minutes. 1. Identify scope and infected systems. 2. Contain, isolate host networks, air-gapped if needed. 3. Eradicate, remove malware, patch exploited vulnerabilities. 4. Recover, restore, clean backups, validate systems. 5. Learn post-incident review, adjust controls. Slide bullets, IR playbook highlights, keep for each Android and iPhone, network tips, backups, incident response, and a short checklist you can follow every day. Ready? Let's go. Why prevention matters. Quick summary. Malware is any software meant to harm, spy on, or control your device. Prevention is cheaper and faster than cleanup. The goal is to reduce attack surface, make it hard for malware to reach you, hard to run if it does get in, and easy to recover if something goes wrong. Core principles, the mental model. 1. Least privilege. Use non-admin accounts for daily use. 2. Minimize exposure. Limit what you connect to, what you install, and which websites you visit. 3. Verify sources. Only install apps from official stores or vendor sites. Don't trust random links. 4. Defense in depth. Combine multiple layers, OS updates, browser hygiene, antivirus, firewall, backup. 5. Assume compromise and prepare. Keep backups and recovery tools ready. Chat prevention, general steps that apply to every device. 1. Keep your OS and apps updated. Enable automatic updates for the operating system and the most critical apps. Browser, messaging apps, email client. Many attacks exploit known vulnerabilities that updates patch. 2. Install reputable security software where applicable. Windows Defender is good and built into Windows 10 to 11. You can add a second opinion scanner if you want. Mac OS. Built-in protections are strong. Consider an on-demand scanner if you want. Mobile, iOS is tightly controlled. Android may benefit from a reputable mobile security app on some devices. 3. Use strong, unique passwords and a password manager. A password manager, 1Password, Bitwarden, LastPass, etc., creates and stores unique passwords so attackers can't reuse leaked passwords across services. 4. Enable multi-factor authentication, MFA, wherever possible. Use app-based OTP authenticator apps or hardware keys where available. SMS is better than nothing, but less secure than an authenticator or hardware key. 5. Limit app permissions. Only give apps the permissions they need. Camera, microphone, location. On Android and iOS, you can revoke permissions later. 6. Disable install from unknown sources on phones Android or avoid side loading. On desktops, avoid installing random exe DMG files. 7. Be careful with email and links. Don't open attachments from unknown senders. Hover over links to check the real URL. Phishing is a major delivery mechanism. 8. Use a firewall and block unnecessary services. Keep your firewall on. Windows Defender firewall, macOS firewall. On routers, disable remote admin and UPnP if not needed. 9. Use a secure network. Avoid public Wi-Fi without a VPN. Ensure your home Wi-Fi uses WPA2, WPA3, and a strong password. 10. Backup regularly and keep at least one offline copy. Use 3-2-1, 3 copies, 2 formats, 1 offsite. For ransomware defense, keep a snapshot backup that attackers cannot reach. Device-specific guidance. Windows desktop laptop daily use. Use a standard non-admin account for browsing and only use admin when installing trusted software. Updates. Settings. Update and security. Windows Update. Turn on automatic updates. Antivirus. Keep Windows Defender enabled. It updates automatically. Run full scans weekly and quick scans after suspicious downloads. Browser hygiene. Use a modern browser, Edge, Chrome, Firefox. Disable unnecessary extensions. Use an extension like uBlock Origin or script blockers if you're advanced. Executable caution. Never run .exe MSI files from unknown sources. Right-click properties. Check digital signature if you're unsure. System restore and backups. Enable file history or set up regular disk image backups. Consider a system image and separate file backup. macOS updates. System settings, software update, automatic updates. App sources. Only install from the App Store or identified developers. Gatekeeper blocks unsigned apps by default. Xprotect and MRT. Apple has built-in malware protections. Keep them updated. Browser behavior. Close browser tabs you don't need. Avoid downloading sketchy installers. Backups. Use Time Machine and a secondary offline backup for critical files. Linux updates. Use your distribution's package manager, apt, DNF, Pacman to keep the system and packages updated. Least privilege. Avoid running GUI apps as root. Use sudo only for admin tasks. Repositories. Only install software from trusted repos. If you add third-party repos, vet them carefully. Firewall. Enable UFW or Firewall D and block unused ports. Android sources. Keep install unknown apps disabled. Only use Google Play or your device's official store. Permissions. Settings at rate. I'll give you a thorough English guide you can use for more than 12 minutes, detailed, practical, and actionable.